And it's another beautiful day. A lot of pollution today from some shellfish farming just up the bay. They dig all the sand beds out with a big digger, a big backhoe, and all the crap comes floating down here. It has been raining rather a lot, which might account for some of the stuff that's floating down through the water today. It was cold this morning, but now it's turning into a nice day. Just been talking to my next door neighbour. She's busy cleaning her boat. It's Margarita. She's 71 years old and lives on there. Great lady. Still working hard on the boat, trying to get it ready for the trip back north, which I hope will happen in the next few weeks, depending on the weather. So I've been out buying things. Most sailing boats will have a thing called a radar reflector on the mast that helps other boats see them with their radar. You can see on my boat I do have a radar up there, but I have no radar reflector. So although I can see other people, they can't see me. And that's what this is. It's basically a plastic tube with some cleverly angled bits of metal inside to reflect radar waves as they come in. Because it's a bit of a cheap and nasty one, this, I've attached a little bridle to it, so it'll hang off the bridle as opposed to these plastic bits, which I'm sure will break within time. But it's best I can do. Of course, she's a steel yacht, so she's going to have some kind of radar signature, but that'll be up high in the rigging, so that should help. And that's kind of the idea. She's going to go up the mast like that, and the harness here will take the load, top and bottom of this, so it doesn't pull it apart. Well, we'll see what happens.
I'm not entirely sure I'm happy with that, but we'll see. I'll play around with it and maybe come up with a few more ideas.
That's one job of many that I've got to do before I eventually up anchor and away. So better get cracking. Bought a new bucket today. They do say when a boat's sinking that the best bilge pump is a scared man with a bucket, so hopefully I won't have to use it for that, but it'll come in handy. Also bought some plastic piping. Good for many uses on board. Always have plastic piping. Excellent stuff. This little doohickey here, this is amazing. It's a grappling hook. Normally when you're trying to grab something out of the water like a mooring or a piece of rope, you'd use something like this. It's a boat hook. Instead of a boat hook, I'm going to try this, which should be a bit easier when I'm single-handed sailing. It's less precise, but it's all-encompassing, if you see what I mean. You can throw that into the water, it'll just sink, and it'll come back, and you pull it, and it'll grab whatever it comes across. So it should be easier to grab ropes and mooring buoys out of the water. And also, once I'm attached with this thing, I can tie the rope off on the deck, then the boat's not going anywhere. It's also good if I want to become a cat burglar or something. It stows brilliantly. Do that, and it's flat, and it'll stow. Yeah, I think I might shave these sharp ends off before I do some damage to something. Yeah, we'll see. Lots of stuff to do in preparation for my trip. One of them is to renew the gas bottles. The cooker on board runs on propane, and I've run out. And they're British bottles, so the Portuguese won't refill them, so I'm going to have to go and buy a Portuguese bottle of propane. In the meantime, I'm using my trusty camping stove for cups of tea and one-pot cooking. A beautiful view from the back of the boat. There's the mountains in the distance and a place called Monchique, which I believe is beautiful, but it's shrouded in mist. We'll try and get up there one day if we can. Still no Charlie. My old mate's been missing now. He'd normally be sitting there most of the day. He's been missing now for 2 weeks. I miss him. It's kind of scary. In a few weeks' time I've got to sail around that cape. I keep going and keep going. Across the sea by myself on the boat. 1,000 miles back to Plymouth.